Hey everybody, welcome into the light. So let's get straight to it. There's an update on Ashlee Buzzard's felony false imprisonment charge, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So Ashlee will be in court on Wednesday, November 12th, and one of the things is she has a $100,000 bail. Now, something that was mentioned is that if Ashlee wanted to post bond, she needs to have 10% at least, right? So $10,000. She would also have to prove where those funds came from. Considering Ashlee's financial situation and considering the fact that I don't see why any family would want to bond her out due to everything going on, I don't think Ashlee's going to be leaving the court or jail after Wednesday's hearing. I just don't. She will have a court-appointed lawyer at that time. We'll see what happens at the hearing. Don't forget, they can always ask it to be pushed, etc. Now, the victim has come forward and has a statement, and that is Tyler Brewer. He is a paralegal. He's a process server, etc. So first, we're going to go over the statement that Tyler produced on social media. He's doing limited comment on an active investigation involving Ashlee Buzzard. Due to widespread public speculation surrounding an active missing child investigation, I am issuing a limited statement to ensure accuracy and to protect the integrity of the case. When Melodee was reported missing, I contacted Ashlee Buzzard solely to offer assistance in locating a missing child. I am a legal document assistant, process server, mandated reporter, and perceived officer of the court. In that capacity, I immediately reported all concerning communication and inconsistencies directly to law enforcement. On November 6th, during an interaction at her residence, the situation escalated. Ms. Buzzard became visibly distressed after sharing information she appeared to regret disclosing. A box cutter was produced, and despite multiple requests to be allowed to exit the home, I was not immediately permitted to leave. The door was secured by several locks, which delayed my ability to exit. This incident was reported to law enforcement. I am also in communication with Melodee's father's family, who share the same objective, locating her and ensuring her safety. I will not provide further details at this time, as this remains an active investigation and search effort. My position has never changed. Find Melodee, protect the investigation, bring her home safely. Now, the next piece of information that goes into some more detail regarding this incident from Tyler is when Tyler chatted with News Nation this evening. And this is what Tyler told News Nation. It says, Tyler Brewer told us that he's known Ashlee through a friend since 2014. He's been going over there to check on Ashlee since all of this was publicized. He claims that he was told where Melodee was dropped off and who she was left with, but he is not sharing that information with them. Tyler is also concerned that because of Ashlee's mental history and her recent behavior, he's not sure that what she told him is actually true. Now, on November 6th, the day of the incident that caused the felony false imprisonment charge, he says Ashlee started acting irrationally while he was there, accused him of working with police and the paternal side of the family, which is true, to take Melodee away from her. He said she kept shutting her eyes and making fists, and she blocked the door, preventing him from leaving. She slammed the front door shut and engaged 4 locks on that door. She did eventually let him leave, and he went right to authorities to report what happened. He claims she has mental issues. She is extremely paranoid. She's a totally different person from when they first met. And he says he's very concerned about Melodee's well-being, and he suspects Melodee may be somewhere in Utah. Also, based on everything that he told News Nation, there is hope that Melodee is out there and alive. So Tyler has shared all of this information, obviously, with the police. And of course, I am sure they are following it up. It is interesting to note, though, that he's not sure whether to believe it because it appears that she's just not necessarily forthcoming and truthful, and she could just be making things up, that this is a pattern. And it is. This is a pattern for somebody that has bipolar, which Ashlee's mother stated that her daughter is bipolar and that she does have a history of making stories up. I like to think, though, that where things are made up, there's usually some truth to that. And I will say, now this is speculation and this is just my opinion. I have, she has 4 locks on her door, and she was closing her eyes and making fists once she realized she felt like she may have made a mistake in information that she disclosed. Now, I am not a doctor, okay, but I did look up what this symptom could be of, because we do know that she's bipolar. Usually there's a lot of comorbid diagnoses with mental health issues, and something I've always kind of wondered is if there's some paranoid schizophrenia there, because that does come about later in life, especially for women. That comes about like in your late 20s, early 30s, and the timing of when things seem to go downhill for Ashlee seemed to kind of align with that timeline. And considering her mental health illness of bipolar diagnosed early on, it's very possible that this could have been an onset. She I think is more susceptible to having further issues down the road, right? So just looking it up, this is what ye old Google says. Closing the eyes and making fists can be a symptom of several mental and physical conditions, most notably clenched fist syndrome, which is a rare condition often linked to psychiatric disorders like schizophrenia and depression. It can be associated with psychomotor agitation in conditions like anxiety or bipolar disorder. Okay, so there we go, right? Bipolar being called out. Or with stereotypic movement disorder, which is common in developmental disabilities and autism. Now, it correlates with psychiatric and neurological conditions. What it does say is that it can be considered a type of conversion disorder, meaning it's a psychological response to stress that manifests as a physical symptom. And if she felt stressed that, oh no, I just said something maybe I shouldn't, and my daughter might not be safe, and this is going through her mind, this response may have occurred, right? Of what Tyler's saying he saw her do. And then it's also saying, again, a state of increased physical and mental activity, which can include repetitive moments. And this is in individuals with anxiety disorders, panic attacks, bipolar disorder, etc. I mean, looking at the photo behind me when Ashlee was arrested on Friday, some people look at this photo and the video and thought she seemed angry, upset. I looked at it and I saw distress, and just uncomfortable, especially when she got to the car and people had to touch her zip down her shirt, like the crop top there, and with people touching her and crowding around her, it seemed that she was extraordinarily uncomfortable. And she did not like that. There was a lot of insight to what Tyler disclosed through the things that he said in his statement and to News Nation. Now, biggest thing, let's hope maybe there was some truth. And the tip that he was able to give is that they are out there in Utah searching for Melodee. That is hope.